Yo, what's up guys? This is Midnight Wabbit and welcome back to part 3 of my 7 Days of Borderlands, the countdown to the pre-sequel series that I'm doing here on my channel. This is day 3. We got, I guess, 4 days left until the actual pre-sequel comes out. So basically what this whole series is I'm uploading one of these videos each day. It's kind of just like a discussion video, discussing something that I either want to see in the pre-sequel or I already know it's in the pre-sequel and I want to talk about it, or something I don't want to see in the pre-sequel or something like that. So, yeah. So it's basically on the one today we're going to be talking about just all of the new items, vehicles, like the new, I'll just say equipment, the new equipment, and then new abilities like the ground slam or the butt slam or whatever you want to call it. But the first thing I want to talk about real quick is the laser weapons, the new laser weapon. It's a completely new weapon class. It's not like a new element form or something like that, and they're not like E-Techs. They're legitimate. It's a legitimate, like it's a different type of ammo too that you have to actually find for the laser weapons in this game. Which is, I think that I think they're going to be pretty cool. They're always elemental. By default they're fire, but they come in all elements. So I mean, you can get one in any element. Doesn't really matter. But you see these TDR lasers, like the one that we see here. Obviously, when you throw them, they explode when they're thrown. They also, I believe the TDR ones, no matter what element, they always shock the enemies like a Tesla grenade when you throw them. You also see the ones like you just saw, that laser shotgun where it fires multiple projectiles. Then there's some that just have very short, like quick, very fast fire rates, like this one. This is actually a legendary weapon that I featured on my channel a while back. But some of them have really fast fire rates with those short little beams like that. And then some of them, like this Hyperion one, are just a constant beam, which would be very helpful if, I don't know, I'm not sure if it is, but I know there's a Moxie laser in the game. If the Moxie laser is a Hyperion one and it's like the just non-stop, the constant beam, that would be really helpful for healing yourself. And these lasers are found everywhere. Like you can see, they're found just with all of these other guns, just random around the map. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, obviously they're new and stuff. I mean, there's nothing special you have to do to get the lasers, except for like certain like unique and legendary ones and stuff. The regular lasers and stuff are just like the other regular guns in the game. You just have to find them by playing through it and stuff. And I obviously bet higher rarities are better stuff, but yeah, I think the lasers are going to be actually really cool. I think in this game, especially some of the elemental, like a cryo laser, would be pretty awesome. I think, in my opinion, at least. My voice keeps cracking every time I do a commentary now. It's really starting to piss me off. If it does this for the pre-sequel, I'm going to scream. Anyway, next thing I want to talk about is the ground slam, or the butt slam, as they called it in the trailer. As you can see right there, when you impact the ground like that, it creates like a small shockwave that deals damage to enemies close by to you, and the damage is affected by these things called Oz kits. And I think the Oz kits kind of basically replace relics in the pre-sequel. Instead of relics like they had in Borderlands 2, they have these Oz kits, which is like a combination of like the properties of a relic, a shield, and a class mod almost. Like most of them that I've seen augment your slam ability in some way. Like this is a legendary one, so it obviously does some other stuff as well. But most of the ones that I've seen augment your slam ability in some way. So I don't know exactly what they're planning on, like how many different, I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of different unique and legendary versions. This is obviously, you can see this is a legendary Oz kit right here. And these Oz kits actually contain the oxygen that you use for your oxygen supply and then for your jump boost or whatever. And there's actually, it's not just like a non-stop, like a constant thing, like everyone's like assuming it's like around 160 because that's what everyone's been seeing. But if you actually look and check, the different Oz kits have different capacities for oxygen. There's different types of oxygen that they can have, and they can augment them. Like they can add a cryo effect to your ground slam. They can add a lot of different things to the ground slam, as well as I think they can also augment other abilities as well. So I think those would be kind of interesting. It's like a new thing. They're kind of, like I said, replacing relics. So we'll see how that works out. Hopefully that'll be pretty cool. I think that should be pretty interesting. This is a very, not necessarily controversial one. I mean, I guess it kind of is the new cryo weapons in the game, the ice weapons or whatever. A lot of people know about this, but they don't know that the cryo weapons are replacing slag weapons, just so you guys know. For those of you guys who knew already, then good for you. For those of you guys who didn't, then now you know. The cryo weapon it's being added as a damage multiplier, similar to slag in Borderlands 2. I'm not sure how effective it is going to be compared to slag. I know slag was very effective in Borderlands 2. You could do the slag and swap thing, where you slag an enemy and switch to another weapon, and then finish them off, and they take much more damage from all sources. even sources that are not from the player, just all damage just does more damage to them. Like they take more damage from everything while they're slagged. So I'm not sure. You can see here, it's not exactly the same thing as slagging. I think this is actually kind of cool. The way the cryo thing works is when the elemental effect actually takes chance, it freezes them solid. So even like when the enemies were slagged in Borderlands 2, they could still attack you. It's like, I'm not entirely sure how this works or how long they stay frozen for, but it's like I don't think they can attack you when they're frozen. So if they're completely frozen, you can if they do end up putting amp shields in this game, you can let your shield recharge and then shoot them. You can and once you actually kill an enemy that is frozen, they shatter and like the pieces float away. It's pretty cool. This actually works really well with your slam abilities. You can see right here, like use the slam ability with that after you freeze an enemy, and you can pretty much shatter them on a lot of these lesser enemies. I'm not sure how this will work as well. I'm not sure if it'll work as well at the higher levels, but that's basically how that works. And like I said, I'm not entirely sure how effective it is versus slag. I think we're going to have to see in the first couple of weeks of the game, we're going to be able to get a feel for how the cryo thing works and like how effective it is, when to use it, and like how to use it and stuff, and how much of it you have to use, how effective it is just in general against things. But obviously, it's just replacing slag, so there'll be cryo barrels instead of slag barrels as well. And those are like I showed you guys before, those little oxygen vents in the ground. I think those also produce some sort of cryo thing. Now, the next cool thing I want to show you guys is some of the new vehicles that they're going to have on Pandora's Moon. And this is like the little moon buggy thing that they do have. And it's kind of similar to the Light Runner in Borderlands 2, but I think honestly this looks cooler just because of the tires. I think the Light Runner looked kind of stupid, honestly, to me. It just honestly always looks stupid. This looks like the same thing. It's got like the turret and then that front seat. It's like a lunar rover thing, a dune buggy type, a lunar buggy thing. I don't know, but I mean, it looks like it's got a decent amount of speed to it. I think obviously if you're willing to jump over a volcano, you have to know you're going to be able to make it. So I think it's a 2-seater, and I'm not sure if there is a 4-seater vehicle in this game. I know there is this 2-seater vehicle, and then the next vehicle is the one that's really the brand new vehicle that we've never seen anything like before in the Borderlands series, which I'll show you guys here in just a second. It's a 1-seater. But just like in Borderlands 2, with this 2-seater vehicle, you can have 2 of them out at a time in case there's 4 players in the game. With the 1-seater vehicle, you can actually have 4 of them out at a time, so each player in the game can have one. So you can have 4 of those out at a time. You could have 2 of those and then 1 of these if you wanted to as well. I'm not sure if there is a 4-seater vehicle at all, but we'll see when the game comes out. But here is the Stingray. This is the new like moon hover bike ATV thing. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but all I know, it's called the Stingray, and like obviously there's different skins for the vehicles just like there was in Borderlands 2, but the cool thing about this is like a little hover bike, and it's it's pretty fast. Then the boost is more of a vertical thing than a horizontal, so you can actually boost yourself, similar to the Oz kits that let you boost your jump ability. It kind of does that, but I mean in vehicle form. It's kind of similar to that, so you can actually, this vehicle, and the developers have said, have outright stated that this vehicle is the only way to access certain points on the map that otherwise there's no way to get to without this vehicle. Even like the Oz kits with Claptrap and stuff, there's no way to get to them without this vehicle unless you find a glitch or something. Cool thing about this vehicle also is you can see there is it works with your slam ability, so you can actually do the slam thing in this vehicle if you boost yourself up and then press the crouch button. And now I'm not entirely sure if the Oz kits affect the slam ability in the Stingray, or if it's just when you're playing as your character, just like in person or like on foot. I'm not entirely sure. It'd be kind of cool if the Oz kits did affect your slam ability while you're in the vehicle. I think that would be a pretty cool thing to do. I don't know if they're actually going to do that, but I can't really tell. It's kind of hard to tell here. It doesn't look like it is really, or maybe the Oz kits do, but the things in your skill tree that cause the slam to either shock or freeze the enemies or something like that, or the singularity. I think it's Athena that has the singularity that pulls them in towards when she does the slam thing. Maybe it's those things, the skill point stuff that don't work for the vehicle, for the Stingray, but the Oz kits do have an effect, like they increase the damage and stuff at the blast radius. I'm not entirely sure how that works specifically. So, I mean, we'll have to see on Tuesday when this comes out. And hopefully there'll be some pretty cool legendaries in this game, some cool unique weapons. I have gotten a glimpse at a couple of unique weapons that I actually didn't realize went. Like there's a cool unique Oz kit. It's actually pretty cool that it makes a farting sound, and it's pretty funny. It's always corrosive, so it's like a corrosive explosion. And when you do the ground slam thing with that Oz kit, it makes a fart sound, and it's like this green cloud, and it's really funny. I forget what it's called. but yeah, I forgot what it's called. But the red text on it says like whoever smelled it most likely dealt it or something like that. Like that's what the red text says, and I thought that was pretty funny. So yeah. I'm really excited for this game. I'm doing this series every day is getting me more and more and more excited for this game. Every day I do this series. So anyway, I am, just so you guys know, I've been putting a lot of work, like several hours a day into these videos. Like actually, this one took me about, to organize and to edit and everything, took me about 2 hours and stuff. And then the thumbnail took me about like an hour and a half the first time, but now I just have to, I don't really change that much. I kind of keep the thumbnail relatively similar, so it's like, looks like it's part of the same series, so that's not too different. But I am putting a lot of work into these videos, trying to come up with topics and actually trying to organize the video, to edit it and actually get it to, you know, to appear well made. It's not actually well made, it just appears to be. If you look at the fine print, it's actually not well made at all. But anyway, hopefully you guys did enjoy this. Like I said, if you did, please be sure to leave a like and a comment, and by all means, guys, comment down below on any of the topics you guys want to see in any of these videos, any topics, and I will try to incorporate all of the comments that I get for suggestions of like topics and stuff, either into one of the videos that I've already planned to make, the topics I already have planned, or a new topic, if that is something completely different than anything that I've thought of, really. And another, also, I thought this is relatively interesting. I didn't notice this, or I didn't know about this, but this is actually a pretty cool thing, in my opinion. In the pre-sequel, with the with the oxygen, you know how like when you're outside, the oxygen does deplete it. If you shoot the helmet off of an enemy, they'll start to asphyxiate and take damage over time. And it's kind of funny because you can act like that. I actually looked up some footage of it, and they grab at their face, they like claw at the air if you shoot the air mask off. So I guess that can actually be a good way of making the scavs stop shooting you for a couple of seconds, so you can like let your shield recharge or regen some health, or actually reload or something like that. I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool. But one of the guys in the comments about my video yesterday actually mentioned that, and I thought that was really cool. I didn't know that at all. I thought that was pretty interesting. So thank you for that. Like I said, guys, feel free to leave comments and stuff like that. Like a lot of time, you may think I already know some of this stuff, but a lot of times I don't know as much as you guys think I do, or even as much as you guys do at all. So any comments are welcome. I'd love to hear what you guys think about some of this stuff. And yeah, that's it. So like I said, hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you missed any of the other 2 videos on this series, the earlier ones, all these videos will be in a playlist, so they should be easy to access in chronological order. And yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow with actually a pretty cool topic that some people know about, but not everyone does. But it's pretty cool. I'll show you guys that tomorrow. Peace.